Is this thing on? Oh, dang it. Oh, it is. Hello, everyone. My name is Capsolan M, and today we're going to be going through behind the scenes of TGLBC Bloopers Episode 3. Alright, so today we're going to be covering the story behind TGLBC Bloopers Episode 3 with Marley and Richard Skinner.
Hello.
Alright, so basically episode 3 was originally the script was originally gonna be Evil Doctor, obviously. Originally the script was actually basically the Evil Doctor had a contract on one of the characters. You already know who the character was pretty much before they got arrested, of course. But that's when that was originally gonna be the original plot for episode 3 and stuff. And also in episode 3 original plot, I think Doctor was expected to return in episode 3, but obviously that might not happen anyway. But anyways, that was originally the original plot for episode 3 until Marley took over on writing, and instead of Evil Doctor facing against Mikey and Capsolan, basically the new plot had Capsolan as Guild and Marley facing the Evil Doctor instead. So that was basically the newest story. That was originally the story for the time being, before Joseph, the Joseph so-called adventure came into play. That obviously was rewritten into something else. As you can see,
a different show.
Yeah,
indeed.
Basically,
but we will not disclose.
Yeah, it's basically like a reboot of something, but then again, it's not really gonna get disclosed. In the meantime, though, that basically was the newer story for TGLBC Bloopers Episode 3. Let's see. I guess Mari could explain more about the newer story.
So for the newer story, if I had to be honest, it was really good to work on because it's kind of way better than the previous prompts that we came up with. In this story, what's it called? We also added a scene where what's it called? Basically, we're both, I think, where a guild has to take down, I think, if I remember correctly, 6 of the Project S members because they were trying to find both Cap and Britain Boy.
Yeah, 4 Project S members broke into the gas station in the beginning and tried to capture them. Obviously, they failed and they got kicked out the window. Only one of them survived. One of them was taken into medical condition. That was the 6th member. But the rest were terminated and stuff. So
because they failed to do the job.
Yeah. So which means the leader had to tell Evil Doctor to do it itself. And let's see what does Richard Skinner have to say about the story.
About the episode?
Yeah, the storyboard.
Storyboarding could take up a lot of things, but surprisingly, it was mostly easier than having to do the traditional shit that the other studios had to offer.
Yeah. Instead, we didn't draw. We just we basically improvised scenes, what's going on, basically.
Much.
Yeah, we all had to improvise what was going on, so we didn't have to use the traditional paper mache, paper things that we had to draw out.
Yeah, that's pretty much our version of storyboarding, improvising scenes and stuff.
If there was a scene, if it was early in the morning and they had to go, if there was a scene where they had to go to a little mini mart in the beginning, it's either in the morning or early in the morning. If there's a scene where they go to a different city, then you have one of the scenes that was described, or you get the idea. But yeah, storyboarding was really easy for this.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was basically a lot easier than other studios.
Right.
As for voice acting,
Yeah.
And as for the voice acting, it was also a lot easier.
Yeah.
Voice acting was actually kind of a pretty cool thing to do.
And if I also had to be, we also had to admit, animation was slightly improved, like every episode.
Yep.
Like not every episode, but just for now.
Yeah, for now.
Yep.
And I guess that's it for about the story and stuff. Alright, so today we're gonna be covering the script writing with Marley. This guy here is Marley right here.
Hello.
So basically, Gil Logabo's episode 3 script writing goes like a very long way back. About like how long? So the first
I would say 2021.
Yeah, August 17th, 2021 was basically, let's see. So August 2021, 4:50 p.m. was the first editing of the script. So basically, back then, just the intro would obviously stayed the same, obviously. But if you can obviously notice the difference. Basically, in MFP's house scene, Reflex originally was not gonna be in there. Instead, it was
originally Giovanni Castillo, but that guy. But after like days after this script was made, he was outed as a and then he was replaced with Zero.
He was replaced with Zero. So basically, like, let's try to find a version that doesn't have Giovanni anymore. So let's try. Okay, so August 26, 2021, 4:12 p.m. Giovanni was written out the script, basically removed from the series forever, and instead was replaced with Reflex. Basically the scene you see now. Where to find I think I found the scraps, basically.
Showing the scene.
Well,
where it's
basically the script was basically the same stuff.
But minor changes and tweaks and it
Oh yes, Giovanni was actually like, if Giovanni actually did agree like when the news was submitted, obviously this was replaced with ECA's line agreed.
Yeah.
Giovanni actually was the person who was fixing the TV this time instead of some Paramount. Obviously after he was written on the show, some Paramount did it instead, which was probably like a better reason. And basically, Molly said, Gio, you don't need to fix the TV, in which Giovanni said, replying, but we still need to do bloopers. Okay then, I guess.
But yeah.
Also, there's a blooper that was obviously cut off that said, "You'll look 1987 logo place, but Giovanni's the Stinky Bitch Productions." Obviously, this was cutting out because
the alley.
Obviously, removed Giovanni. You already get the point.
Oh yeah, originally the fight was actually really short too.
Yeah, it was really short. Like after hold on, let's try to find a version. Okay, so basically, after the evil doctor escapes, Gil basically says nobody gets out of better, even if it's already been to get better. Obviously this line was rewritten to not this time, because I thought that was much more better to say. And after I actually said that, I originally was gonna jump on top of the building and get onto the TARDIS. I meant. This scene actually I explained earlier was still intact, but instead going through a portal, because I kind of found that better to do, because they were inside the building. Also, one last thing was basically, as long as Giovanni doesn't fix like an idiot master when the support company comes here, yes, he says fuck you say, hey, fuck you say. Giovanni says hey, but instead some Paramount says fuck you say. And originally Giovanni Enterprise saying television was part of it, but due to events I already said like multiple times,
it got ditched out.
Basically more updates with the script. Oh yeah, by the way, Joseph actually did edit some of the lines later on when the series episode was about to be finished. Basically, the reason why he did it, I'll probably not explain due to ongoing situations right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, Joseph updated the, the so-called adventures to something else. Basically, this series, I don't have any info on it later. You'll probably have to find out yourself. And
Yeah, because
we actually,
yeah.
yes, as Marley said earlier, the fight scene was actually really short, but after a while, it actually, like, it became much longer, and
we decided to prolong it this time instead of me just randomly. Yeah, instead of me just
with a missile, and
instead of me instantly killing him.
Yeah, basically, he aims the missile at the TARDIS. Basically, he does that in the previous script, but he does it in preparation after Gil fights him. And basically, the fight, which was pretty crazy, honestly. And
really fun part, the storyboard
and
too.
now we have the current version, August 18th, which is rated on, I think, Richard's birthday, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Basically, I just wrote some more stuff on it, basically. And just basically, this is the script now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, this is like the evolution of the script writing. So basically, the first edit was in August 16th, it's August 14th, 2021. And then after a while, it just went on and on throughout August, September, from December, from February of 2022, April, June, October, December, April, again, that's July, August, and to where we were now. About like several edits of this thing,
Yeah.
And that is, oh shit, I actually exited out. But basically, this is the script of episode 3. I just want to give a special thanks to all the people who helped out with this script, especially Marley and Joseph. They pretty much did pretty good writing. And that's the script. Next up, animation for Guild of the Bloopers is a very great process. So pretty soon I'm gonna go showcase through several scenes, not in any like order. Starting off with Dr. MPV. So the first method I did was the eyebrow raising, which was very interesting. It gained a lot of attention. Basically, I used a box, moved it around, which covered the eye, basically masking it, and that's pretty much how I did that one. And basically, the time thing, basically, I just used like a spear thing. I moved it around where the camera was because apparently it was clipping the camera. The evil doctor driving his sword to the ground to keep his balance, prevent him losing balance. Basically, it got the job done, but then it kicks me here and does that fucking kick. And this is an old product, so let's go to a new one. And there you have it. Damn, I guess he's dead after that one. That'd be crazy. Anyways, here's the aftermath scene. Basically, this is my favorite scene to work on, and yeah, it was crazy too. Basically, this scene just speaks for itself. And next up, we have the evil doctor ambush scene. Basically, this is a pretty good one. Basically, if you're wondering what happened to the 3 unnamed musical shares, here you go. I'm gonna let this scene play out. As for the other shares, basically, yeah, this is it, man. And also, if you're wondering, yes, he actually gets decapitated. This show is not playing around. I'm dead serious. Oh, forgot to mention, if anyone's wondering, yes, Guild actually exits the TARDIS safely. The editing session for Guild of the Bloopers episode 3 was kind of good and a pain in the ass to do. Basically, it was very time consuming to do, and also lag happened frequently. If I played a scene or something, the thing would lag very hard. If I clicked on it, it would come black. And basically, if I played this the new scene with chroma keys and stuff, it's probably gonna lag. The audio is gonna lag for a bit. I'm gonna switch to the original recording audio, and then you'll see what happens there.
This project is really unstable. Oh wait, it stopped. It just, oh okay, the thing just crashed. Never mind. Yeah, that's all I was talking about.
Yeah, so it just basically crashed. But other than that, even though the editing was a pain in the ass, I managed to get the episode done, so it really doesn't matter. So, yeah, that's the editing. And now let's go to the next topic.
Yellow Go Bloopers Episode 3 was probably one of the best episodes in the series, in my opinion. Maybe better than episodes 1 and 2, because it shows a lot to people that it doesn't show this much cringe. Instead, it just shows many things happening. And to be honest with y'all, it feels like the episode changed into its good path. And I like how it was going. I was happy to be writing the script with Capsolan for episode 3, and the fact I wrote myself back into the series, because you guys know you haven't seen Joseph in episode 2. He's been going through a lot. He's been taking a big break because he mentioned something like a group of villains destroyed his studio. And you may never know what's been going on in Joseph's world in this universe. But I'll tell you what, you'll be able to see it once the series that I made will come out soon. But other than that, I am happy to be working with Capsolan again in a different project that's not created by me. The fact I got to return to the show, the fact I got to direct the show, and what's even fun was re-recording the lines with Capsolan this year. I had so much fun with him. We even did the outtakes. What's mostly funny about doing recording sessions is doing some funny ass blooper lines, and sometimes we need to have a good chuckle out of each other for once. Maybe a lot more times, but not too much to the point that we're trying to make this episode of the show brilliant. And trust me, it was already brilliant. I love the visuals, the animation. The animation improved so much in episode 3. Episode 3 had a lot of improvements in there. The animation on Panzoid was improved. I really loved the fighting sequence with the evil doctor and Capsolan in the guild suit. It was pretty fascinating, and it shows this much on how much Capsolan has improved throughout his entire 3 years of making animations.
How was my experience working in Yellow Go Bloopers Episode 3? Honestly, it was actually very better than some of the other projects I've partaken in my almost 9 years of doing filmmaking, if you count November as being my first time doing filmmaking. I actually got to develop my own persona on my character, which is basically my name. Got to see the episode blossom from just being another local Bloopers series on YouTube to a fully fledged series that is very different than all the other local Bloopers series I have seen on YouTube. And not to mention, the animation actually did improve over episode 3, which is actually one of the few reasons why I'm actually proud of being on the GLB team. Because this experience is actually very better than some of the other projects I've worked in the past 9 years. And I'm also going to mention the soundtrack actually got better, more music that's actually kicking and everything else. And since we all got to do it as a team, this is one of the few projects that I'm actually proud of as a filmmaker myself. And that's basically about it for this interview. I got nothing else to say, so let's just go on to the next interview, I guess.
So, my experience on working on the episode 3 of Guild of Bloopers was actually kind of very great. Episode 2 has some good potential and all that stuff. Episode 3, this one is like so crazy. Like, I get to voice act, I get to be featured in one of the scenes, and I get to make a big appearance sometimes, and like, holy shit, it's like the best thing ever. Like, I get to be the hero in this episode where I get to kill some of the bad guys off, and wow, I was so bad at that time. All that aside, I think so far for this episode, all that aside, I think this is actually a very great episode that I've been onto so far. The music choice, the writing thing, the writing script, and all that stuff, it was actually very nice. And yeah.
GLB episode 3 was such a thrill to be a part of. Me and my sibling Samuel are very proud to be a part of the show as cameos. I cannot wait to see me and them one day become a big part of it if it ever does happen. Also, the episode was very interesting and action-filled. I overall give it a 10 out of 10.
It was an honor to be a part of the episode as a cameo. I also love the action and thrills. I cannot wait to be another part of the show one day with my brother. I give the episode a 10 out of 10.
It was pretty cool to be a part of this episode, at least as a small cameo. The whole episode was a huge step up from the previous in my opinion, and it was an awesome episode. I can't wait to be a part of this show soon.
If I had to be really honest, working on GLB episode 3 was really fun. I got to direct this episode again, and write it again, and Joseph is back too, and I have a suit now, but there's gonna be more disclosed in episode 4, which we are writing still, and yeah.
GLB episode 3 was quite the experience to work with. It was personally better working on it than episodes 2 and 1, and holy hell, the quality improved greatly. My favorite scenes would have to be the fight scenes. The animated choreography on them is absolutely neat, and I kill to see more fight scenes like this in the show. Keep doing what you're doing, Capsolan.
What can I say? The GLB episode 3 was a blast to participate in. I really enjoyed the episode, how the continuity of episode 2 expanded into play in this episode, especially the news scene and the Project Space scene. The amount of small but important detail in some scenes, especially the first fight scene with Brendan Boy recording the fight, were a very nice touch and important for the episode in my opinion. All in all, the hard work really paid off here.
GLB episode 3 might be currently my favorite episode at this moment. The length of the episode feels more lengthened than the previous episodes, the pacing was much better and the music choices were hella good. I hope more of Easel Creek and Project S gets explored more in future episodes because the third episode made a good mark so far. Great start for improvements.
I'm going to be honest, despite the fact I haven't got a chance to record my lines due to being on hiatus to focus on my gameplay show and then coming back on July 10th this year, it's good to be part of this episode. Overall, what a worth it episode. I can't wait to be part of another episode.
As for other people who didn't get interviewed, they probably say the episode was fun to work with, except for that one guy who got arrested in the episode. Yeah.
Night Fevers.
And those are behind the scenes of Get Local Bloopers episode 3. Molly, what are your thoughts about this episode?
I thought it was really great. It was a bit bigger improvement from the so far from 1 and 2, obviously. And I'm excited to come back for episode 4.
Yeah,
I'm
looking forward to seeing you do more involvement in episode 4, especially a feature scene. And last but not least, Richard, what do you have to say about episode 3 and the feature of episode 4?
I am excited that episode 4 is coming, and also I'm actually happy about the way that episode 3 turned out, like what Marley said earlier. And I am really excited to be a part of this, and I am looking forward to working with episode 4.
And
that's about it.
This took about like a few years to do. Like, this originally started back in like 2021, if I'm correct, and it finally finished on August 20th. Like, if I'm correct, so 2021, 2 years for this episode to finish. Actually, kind of crazy. But yeah, that's about it for this conclusion and basically this project in general. Thank you for watching behind the scenes of Guild of the Bloops episode 3. This is the Guild of the Bloops Collective, and we'll see you all later. And if we ever do a behind the scenes of the first episode. Until then, bye bye. Fuck!
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.